Welcome back to the Business Behind Your Business podcast. I'm your host, Paul Sweeney. As we wrap up 2024, it's great to have you with us. If you're finding us for the first time, well, don't fret. There are plenty of past episodes to listen to. So take the time and check out the back catalogue of episodes, which you can find wherever you're listening to this podcast, and also on our website at www.thebusinessbehindyourbusiness.com. So thank you for joining us. As we wrap up 2024, I just wanted to share three key things that I've reflected on from the guests that we've had on the podcast in this past year, and also some of my experience with talking to clients and business owners during the last part of the year particularly. So three highlights, I guess, for me from the podcast, and we've had some great guests with lots of highlights, but one of the things that really struck me and has come out through I think probably the catalyst for me was the conversation I had with Jason Owen from D2N Technology. And right through the whole conversation about why Jason is so successful is this whole idea of the key of relationships in business, and how relationships actually help you in business, not just as a business owner, but as a person running your business, and who you look for mentoring and guidance. And during the past couple of years, and look, we're still in this COVID hangover. Back in 2024, we're still in the hangover from COVID, and things have changed. And we've had this conversation recently with a number of clients, and they were sort of, I guess, saddened that a lot of the culture, a lot of the connection with clients, and in this particular situation was where they run a school, and a lack of or reduced engagement with the parents of their students because of COVID. So it all went online, and then now it's back. Though that engagement with the parents, engagement with their students, it's more become a transactional occurrence. Whereas it come in, have the lesson, pay for it, and away we go. There's no engagement, no building of culture there. So what we're hearing from a lot of business owners is there needs to be this reconnection, but not so much a reconnection, but a rebirth or a reimagining of how we do relationships in business, and what do we need to do. And look, we've all jumped on the bandwagon with technology, and embracing Zoom and Teams and video, but I think we're really lacking that face-to-face connection, that intimate or not intimate relationship, where we're actually having a real conversation with people. We're actually seeing the real, really what's going on with their business, with their needs. We can connect to them on a personal level, and that is lacking. So what we're seeing is that the inability to increase sales because there's no connection. It's become very transactional, but more about what do I need at the minimum, and I'm not after anything else. And look, we all want to do business with people we like and trust, but if we're not having that connection there, then the trust is not there. It does become very much transactional, and we tend to lean more into that online transaction where we're getting an immediate need, but we don't have to make a connection. So my big takeaway from the conversation from Jason, and please go back and listen to it. Even if you've listened to that conversation before, please go back and re-listen to it, because I thought it was absolutely fantastic the way that Jason captured that about the need, or how vital relationships are. And remember, Jason sells electronic equipment, communications equipment, digital technology. But one of the key things that he highlights for the success of his business is not just the relationships with his suppliers, with his employees, with his contractors, and also with his family and his wider network supporting him in business. Listen to that episode again. But relationships in business are critical, and I think we've downplayed the need for those relationships, those connections, that communication, and we've gone too much into the online technology, and we've stepped away, and we've really lost something in our business transactions. So that's the big key takeaway for me. And look, it's something that I'm personally going to be working on really hard in the coming year, particularly. That's one of my big goals for the new year, is to really improve the way that I've embraced relationships with my clients, with my staff, with people who are going to refer me work, and the business relationships I have. So that's a big thing for me. So a big takeaway, and I really enjoyed that conversation. I encourage you to go and have another listen to Jason Owen. So the second thing that came up, and look, I had the opportunity this year of actually seeing some clients achieve some great success. And I've seen some businesses, and Jason is one that's been, really powering through. Jason, not actually one of my clients, but I really love the way that he's working, and I've connected with Jason through our local business chamber. But I've had the chance to be involved with some clients and see that they've grown their business. They've actually achieved some success, and some of them have actually been a bit disappointed by that success. And one actually put in his newsletter how he was disappointed with the outcomes of a new program that he'd implemented a couple of years ago, but the growth in the program. Now, he was disappointed in the growth because it didn't hit his targets, his forecast, but he did achieve 50% growth in revenue from that product. Now, most of us are saying like 50% growth in revenue from a product is great. But I think one of the things that James, who put this in his newsletter, probably missed out on is that key aspect of when you set goals is breaking it down into smaller components. So remembering that each time you achieve a goal, then you move on to the next one, those milestones as you get there. And the other thing is, as you're going through the year, through your plan, through the often a 90-day cycle, is having an assessment or revisit that goal, that strategy, the actions, and what is working, what is not, and what do we need to adjust. Now, if you do that on a regular basis, you are going to be in a much better position to make those changes, those alignments, realignments, or where you need to go, or those just fixing those small little things that could make it go better. And as you do that progressively throughout the year, you're more likely to revisit your goals, your forecasts, and say, well, hang on, that's not realistic. Or we just need to change X, Y, and Z, and we're going to move forward. So it might be a case of, well, okay, we're getting a lot of inquiries, but we're not converting them into sales revenue. So what's the problem? Where's the downplay? Is it because the inquiries are coming through, but they're expecting something different from what we're delivering? Or are the inquiries coming through, but we don't have the sales team to respond to them? Or when the sales team respond, they don't know the answers to the questions. So what are the questions they're asking? So these are the sorts of questions you ask when you're revisiting, you're not in as part of your 90-day review of your action plan. What is working, what's not, and how can we improve these things? And look, and James, I'm going to have a conversation with you in the new year, and happy to tap into more about why you feel the forecasts are not relevant. But we're going to have probably a debate about that. But if you take the time and review your progress after, say, 90 days, then it's a lot easier to adjust your strategy and your actions and implement. And then, at the end of the day, when you come to 12 months, you're not disappointed. Okay, because you've been working on it and you can see the growth, you can see the improvement. The other thing along that line is making sure that you recognize when you have met your goals, when you have been successful, and celebrate that, and celebrate it with your team. Because if you don't share with them that things are successful, that you've actually achieved the outcomes that you want, they're going to keep plodding along going, well, I don't really know if what I'm doing is actually making a difference. Do I really need to go and put in that extra effort here, or do I really need to pursue this, or should I update my skills here? Because what's the benefit of me learning that new skill? I can't see how I'm going to apply that. But if you actually say to your team, hey, look, our goal was to grow by 5 new business clients this month, and look, we did that. We did 6. So we've actually exceeded our goal, and that's a great thing. So you let them know how you're progressing it, and let them know that they are contributing to the success as well. And don't be afraid to have those little celebratory moments where you actually celebrate the success, celebrate the wins, and plan that in and structure it. Because I think a lot of time we get so focused on that big goal, that big goal, but we forget the little steps that we need to take to get there, and we forget how successful we actually have been. So second big takeaway is make sure you celebrate the successes you have in your business as you progress throughout the year. And the third thing I'm going to say is, look, I've had a number of conversations with people, a number of conversations with clients, and the conversation, I could have brought out the tape recorder and replayed the conversation from the previous year and the previous year and the previous year. Just talking about what you want to do and how you're going to do it doesn't get the job done. You actually have to implement. And what we've seen is that the clients, the business owners out there, when you implement on your strategy, when you implement on your plan, you're more likely to actually achieve it. Because if you don't implement, you're just doing the same thing. And if you're just doing the same thing, or nothing has changed, so you're not going to move forward, you're not going to actually change, adapt, bring in that new program, bring in that new source of revenue, drive that new marketing, and get new customers coming in, improve the skill level of your team. You're not going to do that if you continue to just make the plan but don't implement. Implementation is key. And when we've seen implementation, we've seen results. And look, it's great to see businesses taking action. They have a plan, they have a strategy, they've implemented, and they monitor the results. They're celebrating the wins, and they're celebrating the wins with their team, and also their wider business community, their customers, their suppliers. And when you implement and you can monitor, you do achieve and you do grow your business. And that's what we're after here at the Business Behind Your Business. We want you to grow a great, thriving, profitable business that grows from strength, that gives you the ability to fund the lifestyle that you need, that you want, that supplies enough cash profit to make you, or to put you in a position where you're debt free, where your business is operating effectively, efficiently, smoothly, and it's not dependent on you. You can create a business that doesn't depend on you, and you can create a business that's profitable, strong, growing, and enjoy the rewards from it. We want you to do that. So we're going to continue to have these conversations with you next year. We've got a great lineup of guests in the pipeline for 2024, and we're really excited about it. We're really excited about you and your business, and we want you to have the great success. So we're going to keep the Business Behind Your Business going. We'll be back in January 2024 with a great lineup of guests to have those conversations to help you grow a great business. And thank you for joining us in the journey. So it's been a number of years now, and we're still excited, still pumped to keep working with you and helping you grow that business that you really want. So thanks for joining us. And look, if you've got more time and you want to refresh, go back, listen to the episodes in the past. They're still as relevant today as they were when we recorded them. Lots of great tips in there in lots of different areas for growing your business. So thank you very much. I'm Paul Sweeney, and have a great Christmas, New Year period, and a sensational 2024.